Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another video with me, Hydra. We're going to be playing a little bit of the Empire Soldier today within Warhammer Chaosbane and running through most likely a complete playthrough of the game within roughly, it's going to be about an hour and a half. If I overshoot a little bit, well, that's because I'm bad and I suck. So I'm going to do difficulty. We're going to go up to, unfortunately, one can only go to just hard mode. Sadly, but we'll just have to be patient, I guess. The game is a little bit easy on anything else. Now, we're going to go in with Vol, and now we're going to be doing or not using too much in the way of dialogue this game, so we're going to be avoiding the majority of story. I will give you the opening credits undisturbed, but we will be skipping the majority of the dialogue within the game just to really focus on gameplay within this stream. So, Mavir, yep, guess you're going to have to stay up for another hour. So, let's get this show on the road.
There was a time when an emperor ruled in Nuln, and the empire was at peace. But that was long before you were born. Soldiering is the only life you've ever known. Your father was a swordsman in service to the Elector Count of Ragland. By the time you were 15, he was dead, and his sword and armor passed to you. You've lost count of the number of battles you fought. Some were victories, others defeats. Most were fought over the same barren hills and empty villages, year after year. You rose through the ranks, replacing men who'd fallen along the way. Then came the news of the Chaos invasion. Panicked Raglanders spoke of the end of the world, and you feared they were right. With the Empire divided, who could stand against Kuhl and his horde? But then, a nobleman from the old imperial capital of Nuln stepped into the breach. His name was Magnus, and he called upon the warring Elector Counts to stand as one and drive back the Chaos horde. You expected no one to listen, but this time was different. Magnus's message spread like wildfire across the Empire. Within weeks, you and your company were on the march, joining the growing army as it headed north. Not even a lifetime of battles could prepare you for the nightmare that waited at Kislev. Just when all seemed lost, Magnus and his knights launched a desperate charge against the Chaos Warlord and his bodyguards. Surrounded, you and your men held back the horde until Asavar Kuhl had fallen. It was the company's greatest victory, and its last. By the time the battle was over, you were the only one left. Once the dead were buried, you accepted Magnus's invitation to join his retinue and return with him to Nuln. After the horrors you witnessed at Kislev, defending the Empire from its foes is the only battle worth fighting anymore.
Nice. Let's get the show on the road. So guys, welcome, and once again we're going to be skipping the majority of dialogue, but we will go through the videos.
For witchery and evil deeds, and across the city, guardsmen clutch their weapons tightly and count the hours until the dawn. Sleep is hard to come by on a night such as this. The air is tense, and memories of the battle at Kislev leave you restless and on edge. Suddenly, a peal of thunder shatters the stillness, followed by a howling wind that shakes the tower to its foundations. Foul magic curdles the air, and screams echo in the courtyard outside. The tower is under attack!
Dun dun dun. So, let's get the show on the road.
Sounds like trouble in the courtyard. I'd better take a look.
Of course. What's up, Ruben? What's up, Davey? What's up, Timellis? Good to see you all. Mr. Zeno, welcome, welcome. Oh, I spy some heretics. Okay. Now, I like this character. This is probably my favourite of the two characters.
Chaos forces are storming the tower. I've got to get to Magnus.
We'll let that voice line slide, because it's a good one to open the day with. So if you guys have questions as we go, you fire them away. What's up, Pam? Good to see you. Get rid of that. Oh, only one attack. Only one attack right now. That's fine, though. That's all I need. That's all I need to slay some heretics. Let's roll. I keep pressing the right mouse button. I think I've got one, and I don't. Do have a nice stun ability, though. Do have a nice stunning ability. I really like that on this character. So what happens, the mechanic on this character is about every 8 to 10 seconds you get a little shield pop up here.
Sigmar, you're here. Stop.
And what we'll do is we'll hover over that and see exactly what it says. It basically has a chance to stun. It doesn't tell you what it is, and it consumes the charge when you use it. So you'll see the first one I do is big shield, and then small, small, small. So it still does a little bit of damage, but you basically have a better chance to stun every now and again. It's a nice mechanic as well, because you can stun pretty much everything And we should be going up a level there. There we go. And now we can do a swipe. I quite like the swordplay in this. I've heard some people say they don't like it, but I feel it's meaty. Okay, it lacks a little bit of weight, but I like the way it connects to enemy, to the ragdoll physics and all of that.
As you reach the throne room, the air seethes with foul magics. A Chaos Sorceress stands before the throne, and Magnus, the savior of the Empire, is caught within her spell. There is only one thing left to do. Shouting a challenge, you charge across the room, ready to give your life for the future Emperor. By the time you regain your senses, the battle is over. The Sorceress is gone, leaving you and Magnus for dead. The shouts of angry men fill the throne room, but these are not guardsmen. They are witch hunters, the Empire's feared inquisitors, led by none other than the infamous Heinrich Voss. You are under arrest for the murder of the Emperor Magnus, Voss declares. You try to tell him about the sorceress, but Voss refuses to listen. I see no sorceress here, he shouts. Only you and a room full of dead men. Confess your crimes, Captain Voren, Voss threatens. We will have the truth from you one way or another. After a week in the dungeons, you'll tell me everything I want to know. But before the witch hunter could make good on his threat, a commanding voice filled the room. Stop this madness at once! This is the work of chaos, Teclis says. Sorcery of the darkest kind. Teclis examines Magnus in silence. He lives, thank the gods, the High Elf says at last. But he is in the grip of a powerful curse. It is only a matter of time before he succumbs. The fate of the Empire lies in our hands. We must find this sorceress and end the curse before it's too late. If Magnus dies, the Empire dies with him.
Good stuff. That's all I need. Let's get this show on the road again. So we'll skip a little bit of Teclis here because, well, Teclis is nice, but those of you watching the second playthrough probably don't want to listen to every single voice line. Let's get this show on the road and just go and purge some heretics. We're going to try and get through this fairly quickly. We're going to try and make it fairly sharp, and hopefully we'll unlock a charge ability fairly soon. We've got a little bit of vibration coming through for the character. A little bit of this weird sort of, I don't know if it's latency that causes this sort of like micro stutter, but hopefully that's something sort of ironed out. It happens every now and again. I don't know how it's looking your end. Are you guys looking, are you got a smooth bit of gameplay going on here or not? What about that stun? Nice. Oh, give me that charge attack. Give me that charge. Well, that's the awkward moment when you run out of mana. And I know you don't obviously use mana on a soldier, but you just kind of end up waving a stick around that's suddenly not a sword anymore. Doesn't do any damage. Okay, let's group up some enemies. Yeah, that's that no mana feeling again. There we go. I need a mana generator. A little bit of passive gen, I think, would be nice. Have noticed there's a couple of skills. Smooth for Pam, good stuff. Like a baby's behind. Okay, let's move through here. Hopefully, I guess we'll pick up the gold. Oh, you come back here, you little heretic. There we go. Such a cool skill, that. I really like it. I think it's definitely on its own like quite a selling point for the character. Just being able to do that no matter what your build, no matter what you do, that is your thing. And I like that. Oh. Screwed up a little bit there. Attacking thin air always makes you look a bit of the fool. Okay. And smush. That's such a cool ability. It's all about the shield charge. Or the shield, like, push ability. We'll get that fairly soon, though. Okay, went to bed with your phone, still watching. Good stuff. Good stuff. Can fall asleep to the docile tones of Airsick Hydra. Good times. Alright. Cheeky charge. Just finding my buttons again. Quick, very quick check over on the weapons. Just equip some of the better stuff. Yep, bit of that, bit of that. Yeah, that'll do. Don't need to look into things too much right now. People do have questions about the game as we go. Of course, you can fire them away. I'll try and go into some detail. Oh, that's enough to kill just about everything. Right, and, well, we've got an exit. Explore the sewers. Leave the sewers. See what's outside the sewers. Shinsei, how's it going? Wonderful sound of Nurgle dying. Yes, absolutely. How you doing, bud? How you doing? You enjoying the game? What are your thoughts? As one tuber to another.
It's done.
One streamer to another. And likewise, anyone else in here, you got any specific thoughts on the game? Any views you want to query, debate, discuss? Chuck them in the comments. Chuck them in the chat. Let's get going. We got more work to do in here. More conversations and goodbye. All right. Little charge to get there quicker. And main quest. We'll try and do this fairly. Yeah, I know it's more of a buckler than a shield, Pam. But it's not about size, Pam. It's not about size. It's about how you use it. Like, okay, you couldn't block like 50 arrows at once with a buckler like this, but it does the job, you know. If it gets between you and another sword, it does the job. But it does get bigger as time goes on. What I'm trying to say is it's a bit cold right now, but... Right, and Nurglings. Where's something meaty to kill? I wouldn't mind a mace as well. I'm fairly sure you do see a mace with this character eventually, but... I could be wrong. I might have been imagining that. That might just be like the super ability that looks a bit like a mace. Okay, common bugs. Yeah, it's got a lot of the common bugs right now. So there's pathing issues with the mouse, which I had in Martyr as well, and a couple of other ARPGs. So like any mouse clicker, mouse to move. Sometimes the height of objects gets a little confusing. So like if I click up here, it walks into the wall directly. So if I click there, into there, it's sort of, there's some inconsistencies, and sometimes objects of a certain height get in the way and the camera gets a bit confused as to which tile you actually clicked on. There are some moments like that when there's some things to iron out. There's also a lot of quality of life things missing from the game in terms of shop, interaction, item, menus, etc. I think it's a good foundation, but there is some stuff that would be needed to make the game experience smooth. But the important thing is that the combat's enjoyable. Like that's, if you're going to do anything with an ARPG, make your game fun. Make your game fun, and it is. Thankfully, it's very, very fun to play. Might look quite simple right now, and I'd say, well, it's kind of because it is. We don't really have too much going on. Right, let's find something more interesting to kill. Like, not that Nurglings aren't interesting. They've got some cool sounds going on. There we go. Oh, and our first yellow item. Press the S key. That brings up my skills. They're all very nice. So now we've got a banner we can place down. Oh, we've already equipped some shoes. How, oh, one of those. One of those. There we go. Oh. Can't leave an ungore. Nice. I love that ability. Its damage is huge. It's utterly ridiculous. You just fly across the map. Everything dies. It's wonderful. I can't help but feel like the damage is a little bit overtuned for it, but I don't know. Maybe that's just my imagination going. Okay, what does this game add to the genre from Diablo, Torchlight, Path of Exile? I would say each one of those games does something different. Each one of those games has a strength. Diablo's was finesse of polish and smoothness and a button bashing sort of massacre and just general prettiness. Path of Exiles is in customization and character sort of choice and okay, you don't get that much choice because once you've made choices, you're kind of stuck with them, but you have a lot of choices that you can make. The gem system for weapons is very good. This, I would say, takes a few steps backwards to go back to a game type that emphasizes enjoyable combat, and it is kind of hard to put your finger on. Oh, some enemies up there. Just wander over here, do a bit of that. There are a few features of the combat in this game that I think will make it stand out. One of which is going to be the frequent use of reactionary skills. So there's a lot of things like this. Block, or stun rather, that I can use every now and again. There are a lot of abilities for most of the classes that you'll be using on this basis, and some of the builds in Diablo 3 would involve that, but many would be more reliant on simply moving around, pressing one button to attack, pressing another button to buff, and then another button to do an AoE attack, and that's your build. Not all of them were like that, but a good few were. This has also got a lot of freedom in terms of builds, because it's interchangeable skills. So I think you're going to see a lot more viable builds and a lot more viable creations come out of players within this game. Mainly because it looks like there's not going to be a huge amount of like crazy damage inflation tied to stats. So I think this game's going to add a fun social cooperative element. The other thing that I think it'll add is there is a very large emphasis on, and not entirely, but there are a lot of skills and ways you can boost other players and boost yourself and provide benefits to a party. And I think that's going to give the game a extra social dynamic. The fact that you can play split screen, not even split screen, like couch co-op mode with 4 people, even on a PC, I think is something to consider. Even if you don't want to play that, it's something that's been considered, and the developers they clearly like cooperative play. Right, we can do a little bit of donating here. Give you some stuff, give you some spares. Actually, we can just trade all non-res, can't we? Boop, there we go. Simplicity, I think, will be a good thing. I would say this game actually takes a step back in the direction of older titles, which I think will please players that miss them.
There is no time.
Perhaps another way to phrase it is it's moving back to a more retro style game, I feel at least. To me it feels quite retro. But partially perhaps you could say, well, that's just because it looks dated, and I'd agree with you if you said that. If you said like the animations and such and the effects look dated, I'd say yes they do, and I like it. Others would say, no, I don't like it, it looks dated, and, you know, other things look good. But yeah, simplicity and synergy. That's a good way to summarise it there, Shinte, and they both begin with an S, which really makes me happy. But that, I think, is the best breakdown I can give to you as to what this game's going to do different. It's not going to add on any of the strengths of those other games. I'll tell you that now. Like, you are not going to get a level of finesse comparable to a Blizzard product. Okay, this game could have more finesse. I'll accept that. I will accept that. It looks quirky and it handles quirky too, but it handles fun. It handles fun. Partially, I think the mage is perhaps a better showcase, because a lot of the abilities are... I need to start using some other abilities just to make things look a bit less boring for you guys. There we go. Beautiful. Fragments, fragments, fragments. I mean, there is some complexity here. I think it might even rival Diablo 3 eventually. Okay, you don't have as many runes per ability. Like Diablo had, I think, 6 per skill. 6 glyphs you could use. But, I mean, let's face it, only 2 of them were ever any good. Sometimes only 1 of them, so... I think this game may do fairly well, but not for people looking for progress to be made from those games. For me, this game is making progress on an older type of game. One that you would get your friends around your house and you would play. Like, this is the sort of game, if you've got like a girlfriend or a boyfriend, a partner, a dog, anything that can hold a controller, and they're not really a gamer, but they like the idea of it. I say I'm not a gamer, like, you know, they've played 3 games in their life. One was Mario when they were like 5, and that's it. You could get them round, and you could play on this game with them. And you could have fun. You could have fun. You could kind of do that with Diablo 3 on console. And obviously you'd have to change the difficulty, and maybe you could argue you could do that with all of the ARPGs, but I think for someone that's brand spanking new, they would have fun in this. I don't think all games do that particularly well. I think this game would excel at it. Mages are cheaters? Yes, yes. But the mage is a really good example of, I think, the creativity of the developers. The spacebar to change the abilities location is such a simple thing. But that combined with like bouncing abilities off of walls, it feels to me like an arcade game. I'll tell you what this game will also add as well, which I think is going to be good. I would say MMO-style bosses. Hopefully that's going to make a little bit of sense when I say that. You sort of got the visualization of what I'm trying to say. MMO-style bosses. So I'm talking multi-phase, multi-stage bosses with set rotations that you need to learn if you're going to do it on a really difficult setting, at least. If you're doing easy, you know, you can probably just sit there and whack it and just sort of loll about a little bit. But we're talking some fairly difficult stuff here. And a challenge that would come from a team coordination and synergy that you wouldn't get within a lot of ARPGs. Like most ARPGs, when you do a boss fight, it is just kind of like, okay, everyone go ham. It's not even about boss fights half the time. Like Diablo 3 is more about greater rift farming, and okay, there's the occasional elite pack in there, but it's not really about bosses. This game, Endgame, is not all about bosses. It's only one aspect. But I think it's going to bring something that the ARPG genre has not done very well yet. Some games have good bosses, don't get me wrong, but I think this is going to have that as one of its major strengths. Okay. I don't know. You could say the combat feels stagnant. I wouldn't agree with you, but I've tried pretty much all of the ARPGs out there. I would say I prefer this Now, this is subjective now. This is putting my subjective hat on. I find this combat less stagnant than Path of Exile. I don't like glittery abilities. I don't like flashy things. That doesn't do it for me. I only played 40 hours of Path of Exile, though, so I am, you know, I don't know everything. What was the other goddamn one that everyone... Grim Dawn. I tried Grim Dawn. I got bored before I hit, like, level 10. I found the combat in that boring. I found the game dull. This, for me, it's far less stagnant. It might be looking like it's moving around fairly slow, but I think the... And I'd maybe agree if you said, well, this isn't really much of a spectator game. And yeah, okay, I'd accept that. I'd accept that. This is probably not as glitzy to watch, but I think it's more meaty to play. And I don't think everyone would agree with me, and that's fine. You know, that's fine. Like, I know some people absolutely love PoE and its combat. Not for me. Not for me. There was a weird disconnect between animation and effect with the characters on that game that I just could not get my head around. Everything was like half an animation and the rest was just missing. And eventually when you get to a high level, there's glittery effects to fill in the gaps. So that's fine. Like, I know it's a good game. I know the structure of it's good. The design is good. I just... the connection there between my brain and the game just couldn't happen. Okay. Yeah, I would agree with you, Shinsei. Boss fights, definitely the big thing for this. Yeah. Will the bosses get more... Oh, that's a good question. Will the bosses get more abilities on higher difficulties? I think it's possible. I think it's possible. I mean, I don't really want to try it on an easier difficulty because kind of hard is already kind of easy.
You saved...
But that's possible. The thing is, the game will need a good amount of bosses, though. And I have a bit of a concern that if there's only 4, farming 4 bosses, I think is going to be troublesome. Although, like, if you think about Final Fantasy XIV, the online MMO, like, how many bosses did that first have? Not that many when it came out, and, you know, you could farm 4 of them. You just need some other stuff to break it up. I need to actually use the stun ability. There we go. I'm using a stun, I'm a pro. There we go. I need the shield charge, because that's kind of like the main ability that makes this class feel a lot more dynamic all of a sudden. Okay. Yes, I do need to try the boss battle with 4 players, because I think the boss battle with 4 players, having a raid leader calling out the rotation of the units, for me that's where this game's going to be on like a whole new level of ARPG. I love the MMO experience of trying to synergize with a group and, you know, get the level of play where you can achieve a really hard objective together. I've never had that in an ARPG. I've had that in MMOs, loads of MMOs, and I really like that vibe. I don't like the MMO side because mainly it's kind of like, okay, we're going to meet together at 9 PM, 10 PM you start raiding, 4 hours later you finish the raid and you were rolling on loot that was rubbish. Like, you need like a 15 to 20 minute boss run. That's cool. Something actually doable, but I'm really hopeful that this game's actually going to be a hybrid, like a bridge between those 2 experiences and can tie them together, and I think it actually will. From everything I've seen thus far, I think that's going to be such a huge selling point. Like, okay, you might not like this game's combat, you might not like the polish, you might not like the skill system, but for the love of God, play it for the goddamn bosses, because the first one we have seems really good. But obviously, will it last forever? No, probably not. Right now, I have a bit of a concern that the game will probably be fun for a month, and then that will probably be you done with it. However, I only have access to a little piece of it, so you know, that's more of a paranoia than a view. I think it's going to be difficult unless they've got a good quantity of content to keep you playing. I'm sure they'll put DLC in, like they do DLC for all of their games. Will it be substantial? I have no idea. Will it be cosmetics? Yes, there'll probably be some. I think that's safe to say. Hey, how's it going? Round here. I keep running out of mana, which is why I'm doing these kind of like really half-assed attacks. I'm not particularly smooth with this character, if you haven't noticed. Okay. Have I played Monster Hunter? Yes. Can't say I'm a massive fan, but it's mainly the hack and slash sort of, because it's kind of like an open world beat 'em up game. I know it's not, but that's kind of how I would lazily describe it. And I'm not very good at beat-em-up games. You know, remembering button combinations while also trying to maneuver around a monster. I'm rubbish at that. It looked like a good game, but it didn't hook me. But it did look like a good game. I'd give it that. I mean, I don't know, Seth, what you'd consider a failure. Like, I would say if this game has 1,500 players after a month and a half, I'd say it's done fine. Like, I think that's where people have different criteria for success and failure. Like, does an ARPG have to last forever to be a failure? To be a success? I'd say completely not. Completely not. I would rather I play a game for a month and remember it for 5 years than play a game for a year and resent it for the next 10 years. For example, Diablo 3. I'm going to come back to this one again. It did great for... It was a success. One of the best-selling games of all time. Fantastic. Fantastic. It made me miserable playing it. So, did it succeed? Yes. Did it succeed in making me happy as a player? Not very often. More often than not, I was annoyed with that game, frustrated at something, unable to play with a friend because I didn't have the right bit of gear. Getting tetchy and annoyed with just things that I shouldn't be annoyed with. Not many games do that. Diablo had like a unique skill for it. So, you know, that's where defining success and failure is complicated. And that's where I probably think about things a little bit differently. Also, with it being like a Games Workshop franchise, like, I think 1,000, 2,000 players is probably as much as you can expect. I don't think you'll get more than that. It's Games Workshop. This is why we don't have AAA. Okay, Creative Ensemble, Creative Assembly are doing pretty good with Total War Warhammer 2. They've successfully got a good crowd in there of something like 15,000 that are still playing it, and that's phenomenal. But I don't think this game will. I don't think many games will in the Warhammer franchise, though. I'm fine with that. Like, that's fine. Okay. What's up, Davey boy? 360 players today's and 1,000. Is that for this game, Davey? Cooperative matchmaking system. So I'm just reading chat while trying to fight here. Let's go on the inventory screen and let you look at inventory for a second. I'll try and hover over some skills while looking through chat. This game, you know what, actually, and this really surprises me, is I think this game is currently not marketed very aggressively. And I wonder if it's Big Ben being quiet about it intentionally until it's closer to launch. Because even like the Discord is a lot quieter, the Steam forum is a lot quieter than Martyr. Martyr had a lot of hype over it. And maybe that's because some people made videos on it every day for a year. But this game has a lot less hype around it, and I really think it should have a lot more. Part of this makes me wonder if maybe they're just like the moment Riker makes a video on this, there'll be a few thousand people that check it out. You know, I think maybe Big Ben are just being fairly patient with the marketing push, and they're kind of keeping it fairly low key. But I'm kind of surprised because, yeah, 360 players. I think there is also some. I think there's also some issues with. Like a lot of people not even knowing this is out on beta. Like a lot of people have come into chat today and be like, yo, how are you playing this? Like, it's not out for 3 months. Are you hacking? Like, it's not been aggressively marketed. And again, I'm not sure. Maybe that's intentional, maybe it's not. I need to change some of these skills around. Who needs a taunt anyway? I've got no one to save. Oh, hi. Oh, round here. I'll have one of those. Give you a cheeky stun again. Oh, that's stun lock though. Oh, can we kill him, please? Ah! Oh, wrong button. Wrong damn button. Okay. Yeah, so to finish and conclude on that, I'm not sure what's going on. I'm not sure what's going on with the total numbers, because I would be thinking that people would be lapping this up. I'm not quite sure why and how. It's the same company as well, like Big Ben, the publishers for this were also the publishers for Martyr. Maybe because Martyr was overhyped, this game is underhyped. Maybe that's a little bit of like, there's a lot of very shy players out here. I think some of it as well, like, the publishers need to take a little bit of responsibility and realise that advertising an experience boost, which, by the way, is not a killer for this game. Like, it's really not as bad as people have made out. If I show you in a second, like, so if you pre-order this game, you get an experience booster, which you can turn on and off. Now, what is it exactly? It's basically a passive skill. Okay, that sounds like, oh wow, that's a horrible thing to include in the game. Well, surprise, there are passive skills that you can get anyway that increase the experience you get. Like, they're there anyway. You might get one 5 levels sooner, but it doesn't break anything. Like, if you're playing with friends, one of them might get it anyway. I don't think it breaks stuff, but it is a weird one. It is a weird thing to include, and I think they probably should have realised how it would look. Okay, so the basic take on it is that it's a fun arcade-style fantasy game, looks simple to learn and play, and focuses on the fun factor. I think that's a good way of putting it, but I do think there will be complexity at higher difficulties, because we look at this. Oh no, you can't change difficulty here. I've shown us it. There's 15 difficulty levels, okay? 15, that's quite a few, and I think when it comes to higher level and higher difficulty, I think this will actually get to a point where it is fairly tough. Like, this ain't too bad, but I think when it gets to a high level, you will have to interrupt, you will have to dodge, you will have to do a lot of things. Well, you already have to dodge, but you kind of got to be a little bit on your toes in this game, but it's not too stressful. Come on, there we go. But yes, I would say that is a fairly good summary of the game. It's a good, fun, hack and slash, dungeon crawling, arcade style ARPG. Fairly light-hearted, light in every sense of the word, but fun. Fun and quirky. A little bit indie, rough around the edges, like it's not exceptionally well polished. It's got work that's needed.
I smell mad flesh!
Like this voice acting.
Kill the unbeliever!
Yeah, so with 15 difficulty levels, yeah, I think it's safe to say that those that want a good challenge are going to be in here. The end game concept I really like. Oh, and you stunned one. Can we just spam buttons, please? Oh, I got stunned again. God damn it. Oh, god damn. Okay, I'll hide around here and kill some barrels. Time to Leroy Jenkins. Oh god. Exploding. But yeah, I would say that's a pretty good summary. But there's definitely emphasis on giving the player a lot of fun tools to use. Like, it's a lot of basic stuff too. Oh god, let's oh god. Ouch, ouch. There we go. It's me running out of mana there. God, I need like a mana regen when you take damage. That would work. That would work so well.
To you, badling! May the Lord of Pestilence turn in your ghost, you slime!
The voice acting is kind of like, I get the impression the developers and their families did it. I don't mean that in a bad way. Maybe a bit in a bad way. Like, it doesn't scream professional. It's funny. It is funny and humorous. And to a point where I think, okay, that's probably intentional. It's intentionally done by people
I was told to bring you in alive.
Like, listen to this. Oh no, he's fine. He's done talking now, but yeah. Okay. The thing that worries you, the extra game difficulty tiers as content, so you end up running the same short game 15 times. No, you won't run it 15 times for sure. I'm already on like the 4th or 5th difficulty on my first playthrough when I start the game. I don't think it's to make you do multiple times, and I don't think Diablo did that, and there isn't even a mechanic to replay the game on a new difficulty. Like, that doesn't exist. That's not in the game. Once you've completed it on a character, you go into the end game. You don't replay the game mode like Diablo 3. You can go on an expedition, you can do a boss hunt, you can do all the other stuff to try and gear up and like improve your character, but you don't replay the game. You might replay bits of the content, but that's the same for any ARPG. Like, you raise the challenge and increase the reward, and that's kind of just how it goes. And there's got to be something you repeat to do that. Otherwise, you just play the game and finish. But you don't replay the story, and especially not on the different difficulties. Like let's say you might work up to difficulty 10 fairly quickly, and then go up one at a time as you gear up. Maybe, I don't know. That's a possible. So yeah, you might do the same bosses for the last 5 difficulties, but to be honest, if you're not into that by then, you'll have left anyway. If you are into it, you'll absolutely love it. But it's not quite like a sort of, okay, because when Diablo 3 was first out, it was kind of, you completed the story, fine. Now there's another difficulty, here's the story again. Now you've done that, fine, here's the story again. And you could do adventure mode and this and that, which was essentially playing bits of the story. This game's already ahead of that. Like vanilla Diablo 3. This game's already got more than that game does.
Is with us. The Ungor required very little persuasion.
Not a lot more, though, I'll give you that.
Allies. The creature says the leader of the cult is a man named Friedrich Kessler. And as often...
Oh, sorry, we're supposed to be skipping this, aren't we? Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying it's perfect, and I'm not saying it will last you forever. But I think if you're not into that 15 difficulties, you'll complete the game, you'll find everything you want to do, and you'll leave anyway. But the difficulties are there for people that want it, and I think that's fine. Oh, I need to actually change these goddamn skills. I mean, it is $40 though. It's not a cheap game. That's true. It's not a cheap game. I think 40 is slightly lower than average. Maybe. I need a dash ability. I need a dash. Oh my god, stop poisoning me. I need a health globe. Oh, I need a health globe. Nope. Don't get a health globe, apparently. I was just waiting for my potion to come off a cooldown, but I'll pay to revive. Fine. Hard times. Hard times. Oh! The pushback. I need my second charge ability. I'm going to die again. I need my second charge. That cooldown's too long. Okay, pay to revive again. That's pretty poor. Pretty poor, Hydra. Oh, I haven't upgraded any of my skills on my gear in forever as well, so that's probably not helping. So we could probably go ahead and do that after this. Upgrade some of those skills. Okay, let's do some of this right here. So we've got so I've had basically no upgrades whatsoever. I'm pretty much playing on a basic level character. Okay, we'll just go for basics for now. Nothing too. There we go. Not going to fuss too much about stats, but yeah, I'll go for tankiness with my silly hat. Okay. Right, that will do nicely. There we go. Ah, and skills. Need to do skills. So, what do I not need? I don't want taunt. Get rid of that. And what can we get rid of? So we do have an upgrade on cutting superior. So cutting superior is basically just cleave through lots of enemies. I think that's probably a good one to go through. So we'll go for superior cutting. Ah, no, cutting edge breakthrough. That's much cooler. I really like that. That's a cool one. And we'll go for break through the ranks is what I'm looking forward to next. I get that at 12. Okay, we've got this one equipped. We'll get the others soon. And I'll tell you what else we'll do while we're here is we'll go over to the God skill tree because I do have 9 favour points. Now this is where you start your journey and these are the points you can work toward. So we can work towards death of a champion, damage reduction bonus for the party, blah blah blah, boring. No one wants that, that's rubbish. Okay, nearby enemies deal less damage and take more damage. That is very, very good. Very, very good. Like that is incredibly strong. That's what we need to work towards in life. Now, how the hell do we get there? Oh, God. We have to go, like, up around Sigmar's Blessing. Energy regen. And round to here. Okay. So we're going to work on that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's get to work. So we've got, what have we got there? 1% health, 3% armor, 1% health, another 3 armor, Sigmar's Blessing, which looks pretty cool. And we can work towards this as well. 5% critical damage, but extra health. I'm going to pass on that for now, just so I can rush towards this Divine Judgment. Now, that has unlocked for me my first God skill. So now we have Sigmar's Blessing. So on number 3, I have the points available for that. And Sigmar's Blessing gives me bonus damage, block chance, energy gen, and immune to crowd control. Oh, that's kind of cool. That's kind of cool. Let's go. Okay. Oh, I'm going the wrong way. Never mind. That's a cool buff, though. I like that. But yeah, I'm worried a little bit about the lack of attention on this. What's up, Davey? What's up? Again, I just think the game's not had a huge push yet. So maybe, like, specifically from the Games Workshop crowd. Like, I know there's not quite so many fantasy YouTubers, but, like, I think there's enough, though, you know? I much prefer this ability. Like, it's just cool. Swing, 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 swing. There we go. Oh, beautiful. It's not the most glitzy of animations, I'll give you that. I'll give you that. It's kind of dull. But it's also kind of appropriate, at least. It doesn't look ridiculous. So, is dull better than ridiculous? That's a tough one. It's all going to change, though, when I get shield charge. It's all going to change when I get shield charge. There we go. Right, so how are we doing in the chat? What is going on? Give PoE a chance, it's great if you give it some time. I tried, my friend. There's several design choices in the game I cannot get through. The fact that there isn't like a full reset option for skills, one you can do frequently, is a problem for me. Okay, I am the type of player, this is just who I am and this is what I like to do, that I will change my build 10 to 15 times as I level. Heck, I am lucky if I even reach max level in a game, ever, because I will restart characters so often. So the fact that I have to work that much, not even just for a bit of a reset, like to reset 1 or 2 talents out of a massive tree, I cannot do that. I cannot do that. That was enough for me when I realised I could not reset all at once to be like, no, I'm done. No, because I want to try 50 different things. I do not want to ask people what build I should be using. I want to figure it out myself. I want to try 20 different builds, and I want to figure out what I like and what I dislike. I don't care if they're not the best. I do not want to go on a forum to find out how I should play a game. It doesn't matter if I'm not good at it. It doesn't matter if I'm not meta. Some people like exploring games mechanically, and that system does not suit that. That part of my brain was not happy. Yeah, we have a Wikipedia on the way, Doc. You don't have time to give? Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. I don't like character planning. I tell you what I like. I like the idea of, you know what, this skill's not really working for me. Let's get rid of it. You know what else I quite like instead? I'll tell you what, let's put that skill over there. That is the type of game I like. That is the type of game I like. You change it on the fly. it's a natural, organic process of you learning, figuring things out, and, you know, finding something you like. And if you don't like something, you switch it up. And I think that's a good place for a game to be, for me at least. Not every game has to be like that. Obviously, we need different types of games, and that's cool. You know, we need different games. Okay, but again, this is something I like in a game. Just quick, and I think that's something Diablo did fairly well. Although by the end game, when you had all these different unique items, like the availability of that kind of decreased. But when Diablo 3 first came out, there was a lot of options to you know, switch up and change and do different moves. I'd be, one second I'd be spamming toads, the next I'd be summoning bears. It was awesome. I liked that phase of the game. The moment Diablo 3 went like into its Greater Rift meta thing, like, okay, it came up with the nice endgame content, and they completely broke the enjoyment for that game. And for me, it just, oh hi, I'm gonna get a buff. Oh, get swiped. Get swiped. I need shield charge so badly. I think I need 15 for it, but... Okay, that's down there. Ooh. Down here for this exit. Yeah, we'll go for the exit. We'll go for the exit. Darkest Dungeon, bit of love for that. Okay, Bannett sharing... Yeah, that's it, Doc. That's it. I can't spend that long planning a character for a game, because by the time that 10 hours passes, I'm going to want to play a different character. Ah, Twitch is just a black screen. I've got 9 people watching in Twitch, so hold up. Twitch/Airsick Hydra, and we can say hello to me. Do we get a commercial? Helps if I could spell my name. Airsick Hydra. There we go, let's try this. Right, while that's loading, let's have a quick check of gear. Equip some better stuff. Equip some better stuff. Now, this game does seem short, in that if it has 4 acts, and I don't know if it has 4, this is a guess, I can go through the first one in about an hour and a half, if I'm quick. And I'm not rushing this. I'm going through briskly, but I'm not rushing it. Okay, we need to sell some stuff to get some upgrades. Okay, confirm trade. Nope, because first we need to select stuff to trade. No, Twitch is working for me, buddy. It's working for me. Might be a setting issue, perhaps, but it's working for me. Reputation, Tome of Wisdom. Nice. That's an experience bonus. Okay, we'll get rid of that. We'll get rid of those. Confirm that as well. Nearly getting another level. Ooh, that's an upgrade. And we'll upgrade that. There we go. Being able to change colours, that would be nice too. And you can switch gear out in this. Now, how close are we to this? Nice. We're nearly there for another one, so we're going to go for that. Now, what's over here? Ooh. Cost reduction. That's nice. I like that. Okay, so how much do we need? 999. Okay, and then we can get Divine Judgment. That, I think, is good. Nearby enemies deal less damage and take more damage. Like this guy is... You don't have to build him as a tank. I think it's a mistake to say that this guy is only a tank, because you can build him just for pure damage. Like, it's maybe not the easiest thing to do, but you can do it. Okay. Oh, damn, you can't get Shield Charge Mastery. Damn. Okay. So I like the idea of this slashing ability. But the only thing is I don't like how it looks, so I'm going to go back for Superior Cutting here. So I've only got 3 points to spend, fine. So I'll go for that, giving me 9 left. Ugh, I can't afford anything. Okay, I'll go for... So I've got Superior Cutting. Maybe I don't need Whirling Slash then. Maybe I need something else. We're gonna keep that one empty for now, I guess. Is there anything else down here? We've got this. Potion cooldown reduced. That's kind of okay. 10% more experience. Heck, that'll do. Oh, that's free as well. I'll take a freebie. I'll take a freebie. What else can we get then? We've got that. there's not really anything else I want. I guess we'll just wait until we hit another level. Right, let's go. Okay. Skip the chat for today and carry on. So, how's everyone in the chat doing? Anything else that we need to have a little discuss and debate about? But I think we've been pretty thorough. The more I talk about this game, the more I've got my thoughts kind of cemented on it. I will admit I'm a little bit... I may be a little bit more positively biased for this game. There's always going to be a few reasons. That's me trying to right-click a button I don't have anymore. Chomp, 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 chomp. That's just basic chomp, chomp. Nice. Purposeful, slow, methodic. I like it. Swing, 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 swing. Shield charge superior. Nice. Okay, so we've got that. Now, go skills, and we can go... No, we need to be 12 for that. Oh, damn it. Okay, so this is my god skill, so it's basically a big bonus for me. Oh, missed him. Like a noob. Okay. Good stuff. Can he use ranged weapons? Yes. Yes, you can. The ranged weapon on this character is a skill. It is not a different weapon. You have one weapon in this, one weapon set, as far as we can tell, at least. I need another ability. I need another ability. You need at least 3 attacking abilities, I think, to not be bored. That is, that I think is kind of like an unwritten rule of this game. Like, I've got those 2, but I need another one, because I've got 2 buffs. And this feels too much like I'm playing Diablo 3 right now. Yeah, let's just swipe stuff. Oh, swiggity swoody. Coming for the booty. There we go. He did not last long. I haven't been using my stun for quite a while as well. Okay, but we're about to get shield charge. We're about to get it. We'll level up fairly soon. Nearly there. Nice cheeky stun. Oh, I quite like that as well. Need to be careful of ground effects too. I also think a little bit more of an obvious, like you're low on health would be good, rather than just a tiny potion above your head. Right, looking good. We're on our way. Good times. Okay. Davey, you're over in the Twitch. No black screens there. Good stuff. Good stuff. But yeah, I think there's joy to be had in this game, and I think I do think it'll be met with a mixed reception though. And part of me is just thinking that's like the curse of ARPGs. It's you've got to do so much. I think Wolfson is going to go down well, because Wolfson's kind of going for graphic finesse that looks better than D3, and complexity that looks like it'll at least rival PoE in some senses at least, or keep some of the PoE fans fairly happy. And it looks like it's got decent gameplay. Like it's going to be a good game, from what I can tell at least. Will it be fun? I don't know. Probably. Probably more fun than the other 2, I think. Assuming they actually finish the damn thing and put some content in it. But this game's got something going for it too. It's a different thing altogether, and I don't know if it will please as many people, but heck, I'm having fun. That's at the end of the day, that's the most important thing I can say is I'm having fun playing it. Mainly with friends, but there we go. That cooldown's so long. My build is complete. My build is complete. There we go. There we go. We got the build now. We've got the build. There we go. I love this skill. It's so cool. It's so cool. So good. Oh, so good. I need to remember to use the other dash, because that's the one that actually does damage. Yo, what's up, Louis? How you doing, bud? Welcome, welcome. Okay. I love this. It's so good. Right, we need to actually regen. Oh, can I cast that? Does that regen? Yeah, regen's a little bit of focus. Okay. Okay, I will accept that every game is fun with friends, but some games are more fun with friends. No, let me rephrase that. Every game is more fun with friends, but of those, some more so than others. This is a game I think will be great with friends. Some games I think are okay with friends, like Deathwing was basically it was a bad game. It was enjoyable with friends. It wasn't amazing with friends. It was enjoyable or passable. This is, as I said earlier, I think this is going to be a game that mixes the experience of an ARPG and an MMO. Only in terms of bosses, by the way. This is not an MMO in many other senses of the word. But the reliance on, like, stunning elites and things like that as well, I think in many ways that reminds me a little bit of MMO gameplay, because, well, you know, if you're not stunning mobs that are killing your guys in one hit, then, well, you're not really much of a tank, are you? So, yeah, I think this is a game that will exceed at some things. I don't think it'll exceed at everything, but that is my hope for this game, and that's at least what my intuition says from what I've seen thus far. There'll be an issue of quantity. There might not be enough. It's possible that this game might be, like, a bit fun, but there's just not enough to keep you going for long. We'll have to wait and see. Something I'm curious about as well is, like, okay, we've got the 4 Chaos Gods. What about What about the, like, just Chaos Marauders? What about the Chaos Warriors? We've not seen any of that. Like, we've got a few Beastmen in here, we've got some Ungor, but what about the others? You know, where is the other stuff? Ooh, round this way, got a bit stuck on the body. So I'm hopeful, although I'm not expecting this, but I'm hopeful that there'll be more Chaos stuff, not just the 4 demonic factions. However, it probably is just going to be the demons. Let's be real here. But it would be nice to think there's maybe 5, 6, 7 bosses. Like, if they can keep adding bosses over time, extra difficulty steps and loot, that is, for me, like, that's going to make this game amazing. If they can keep doing that. PoE isn't fun with friends. Yeah, I'd agree with that. Yeah, actually, that's a really good point, Doc. That's a really good point. There are a lot of ARPGs that are not fun with friends. Okay, they're fun with a friend that has the right gear set that complements your build, and there is a lot of, like, work and grinding that needs to go on. Often when the two of you aren't playing together, or one of you needs to carry the other for, I don't know, 20, 15 hours or whatever to get the right loot, so you can play together at the same Greater Rift level, so you're able to, like, enjoy each other's company again. Like, that is... Some ARPGs are not fun to play together. Diablo 3 being one of them. And that's a point from Doc. Like, there is not many Warhammer games that have really been like, yo,
I've done my part.
You guys play together and have some fun. You know, like, this game is doing that. This game is not just, like, saying, well, you know, you can have a bit of fun together if you like. This game is, like, getting 4 kids, putting them in a room together and saying, right, here's your damn thing, there's your damn fun, do this and go and have some. Like, it's kicking you up the arse and saying, like, here's how you're going to have some fun and here's all the tools to do it. Like, this is good. This is a good sign. Antisocial roleplay game, ARPG. You know what, my friend? I completely agree with that. I completely agree with it. Not all ARPGs are like it, though, but it's the problem of the damage inflation-based ARPG. And it's why I don't play them so much anymore. And it's also why I don't think... when I speak about them, you don't hear me being particularly kind to them. Because I think that ARPGs are the best genre to keep you playing long after you've stopped enjoying the game. That's something that they do better than any other genre. Perhaps within the exception of an MMO. But at least with MMOs, you're sometimes talking to other people. But MMOs are actually probably worse because you set periods of time out of your life in order to make sure you're somewhere that normally nothing ends up happening. And it's a great way to guarantee you're going to waste an evening. And I'm not saying don't play MMOs. Like, I'd play one again if there was a Warhammer one. I'd do it. I'd do it straight away. But I don't know. Oh, gold gain increase. That's useful considering there's no shop. God skill. Ah, what do we got here? Nope. Superior. Do a cheeky bit of that. Right, can we upgrade anything here? Yes, we can. I'll go for 36 block damage. Well, that seems a little excessive, but I'll take it. We don't actually have far to go until we get to this Divine Judgment, which would be nice. So let's go for that. I'm not saying all ARPGs do this, and this is a personal sort of view of them. It's obviously a mixture of how I interact with the game that makes me feel so salty toward them, but I don't see them as being this perfect genre. In many senses, I look back to games that I used to have fun with friends, and because this reminds me of that, that's why I really like it. Oh god, that was terrible. That was utterly terrible. Smack, 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 smack. Just the fact that you can run around smacking stuff like that is so much fun. Okay, maybe I'm a little easily impressed here, but still. Yes, Lanesh and Zeech are finally in a game as well, like the 4 Chaos Gods. Co-op damage inflation, no. I don't know what you mean by that, Mojo. I don't know what you're worried about, my friend. Co-op damage inflation. Like, damage inflation as such in, like, all games have it. Some games have too much. Do you mean, like, in relation to synergy? Like, if there's too much synergy between a party that they're going to become OP? To be fair, there's a lot of cross-party, like, boosts in this game. A lot of cross-party boosts. Enough so that players that are, like... We've all seen the single-player players in the forums that are like, why are you giving multiplayer a bonus? I like playing this game all on my own. I like the fact that the developers of this are like, yeah, well, go play on your own. Here's a bunch of toys for the people that want to play socially. I'm not saying you can't play this game on your own. You absolutely can. I am playing it on my own right now as we speak. There are a lot of reasons to play this in a group. There are a lot of reasons to play it in a group. And I applaud developers for just saying, you know what, we're making a social game. Deal with it. They haven't said that at all. That's not their words. That's their actions in terms of how much co-op is in this. Not how much co-op. How much synergy is in this. I don't know how to phrase it properly, but... Yeah. Okay. I don't know how it works with difficulty and party members, Mojo. Like, enemies get tougher when you've got more people in the party, that's for sure. I don't know if it gets utterly ridiculous when there's a party. Like, I haven't really noticed that.
Be my arm. Be my weapon.
Oh, I love these bits. Oh, I stunned him. Ah, run away. He's doing his AoE. Okay. One of these. One of these. I'm skilled. Ah! Eek! Oh, he did one of those as well. Cheeky bugger, cheeky bugger, cheeky bugger. Okay. Ouch.
Be my arm. Be my weapon.
That's it, come back here. Run! Run away! I love these fights. These are an example of a decent mini-boss. It's basically what it is. It's like a champion. Oh, god damn it. Yes, killed it. Master. Okay. Nom, nom, nom. Nom, nom. That was fun. I like that. Pow. Kind of stressful. That was good. But that's the sort of thing this game's done so well, is that fight, if you had 4 people, you could take it in turns rotating a stun. You could take it in turns rotating stuns to stun lock it. If you had 4 organised people, okay, it's only a probability to stun, it's not guaranteed. There are so many things that you could do, and you don't have to be this class to stun. Like, there's lots of different classes that stun. Oh, hey, you weren't there a minute ago. Like, there's some cool stuff. Anything on Martyr? Yes, but can't talk about it. So no, basically. Martyr's doing stuff. Martyr is doing stuff. We all know they're working on their version of the enhanced edition. I can't tell you what's changing, but you'll see soon enough. I like what Martyr's doing, but we'll be talking about it soon. Oh god. Oh god. So glorious. Come on. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I love the fact you can stun the... Hang on. Let's kill the healer first. The fact that there is a dedicated healer that you need to kill. It's amazing. I need a banner. Smack, smack, smack. Okay, let's carry on. Swing, swing, swing. And we're nearly done with the demo, to be fair. We're nearly done. Like, I'm only 13, but... No, that's one Apo dead.
Be my arm. Be my weapon.
I like the fact these, even a basic enemy like one of these plague bearers, they have a charged attack. Like, they have a charged attack that you can see the animation wind up. You can see the ability coming into action, and you need to try and dodge it. Otherwise, you're gonna. Well, if you're a squishy character, it still hurts a lot. That's nice. That's nice. That's. Oh, so good. So good. Alright. Give me one of these. One of these. One of those.
Be my arm. Be my weapon.
Come on. Swipe it. Come on. Why won't you die? Ah. There we go. I'll have a shield. Thank you. Right, one of those. Do I have enough for a fragment thingy? 6. Nope, need more of those. More orange. Good stuff. Okay. Beta is until March 13th. Then there is no beta. The beta ends, and it'll be back again a month later. Okay. Yeah, I hope the other gods have similar bonuses. Like, we've got a bit of footage from Khorne, and we've got a bit of footage from Slaanesh. We've not seen any footage of Tzeentch yet, but I'm really hopeful that the boss fight is similar. I've not actually done the last boss with this character, so I'm curious to see how it goes. Nearly there. Nearly there. Those little fellas chasing me. So good. Little smack about. Little smack about. And there's some cool abilities for this character as you, like, level up as well. See that stun? It was about trouble selecting him there, but that was a pro stun. It was just charging up an attack on me. Good stuff. Good stuff. We're nearly there. Let's get a move on. Speedrun build confirmed. Oh, so good. So good. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Stun time. There we go. There we go. There we go. That's how we do this. So good. So juicy. That is just... That's fun. That is just chaotic and fun and hectic. So good. This skill really makes the character. Like, if you don't use this skill, I think you're just missing out on so much pleasure in life. It's glorious. Okay. Keep swinging. Keep on swinging. Somewhere around here is a lever. Yeah, I like the fact of how many buffs this character has as well, like AoE. There is a lot of them. Bastion against Corruption Superior. Nice AoE, I think, would be good. Nice AoE. Let's have a look there. 2 fragments. Yeah, I'm digging at how much damage you do as well. Like, you've still got some pretty impressive damage. Like, this is even feeling faster than the mage. I would even say it is. Very, very quick. There we go. Good stuff. We have activated the doodah. Let's go. Yep, that's very nice. Few swipes. Can't leave a heretic on his own. There we go. I'll leave the gold, though. Oh, I'm out. But yeah, you can make a build in this game entirely around just, I don't know, being able to charge around for as long as possible, just interrupting enemies and, I don't know, regaining your energy with another ability. Like, there's some funky stuff going on. If we bring up the skills very briefly, like, where's this extra... extra one of these I can equip. Not that I have the points for it, but down here somewhere there is... There we go. For each enemy... For each nearby enemy, damage dealt is increased and damage taken is reduced. Other players are granted a percentage of this bonus. Like, another party ability. They're everywhere. We'll get rid of the experience bonus because we don't need that. And we'll get rid of potion cooldown. I probably need it, but I'm going to pop that in instead. 3 points there. That's unfortunate. What can we go for? Blessing and Banner. All of these seem really good, so I'm just kind of going to wait till I level up. Then I guess we'll go for the upgraded Banner, which just gives me more damage. And I think we're going to need the... Where is it? There is a shield kick here as well, and it does it even do damage? Oh yeah, 800 damage. Damn, that's actually quite a lot of damage. Level 15 we get that, so fairly soon. Okay, we'll continue. Get the pew pew? No, can't do. The pew pew, unfortunately, is right down there. We get Pistolier, Pistolier Superior, and then Pistolier Master. So for Master, you get a blunderbuss. For the second one, you get a rifle. And for the first one, you get a pistol. It's really cool. Really cool. So yeah, I really like that. So you also get Slice, a long slice strike forwards that has a chance to slow enemies. So another dash. That's his third dash. Slice Superior, perform a long slicing strike forward that has a chance to repel and slow enemies. Okay, Justice for the Empire, unleash a powerful strike to the ground that damages and slows enemies, generates energy for each enemy hit. That's very, very cool. That's very, very cool. 1% per energy, per enemy damage. That's okay. Unleash a powerful strike to the ground that damages and repels enemies, slows them, generates energy. That's cool. Banner of Order is kind of like a take less damage banner, and the breaks through the ranks level 3. That's what we need. Damage is reduced while the skill's being used. That's what we need. That's what we need in our life. Yeah, I know. It's cool, and that's where I think the Wood Elf will get like a pull out a dagger and stab someone ability. Oh, really? Did I forget the lever? Hang on. Let me go and check this, because hang on. I'm pretty sure I activated the lever over this way, but apparently I might not have. That worries me a little bit. If it's bugged, I'm going to be very sad. But yes, I think the... Yeah, I think I've left it. At least I hope that's what's happened. Uh-oh. Maybe I left the other one. There's only 2 of them. If not, we're going to have to just speedrun this, because I can't cope with doing it again slow. Even though we're doing pretty good for time, but still. Take a little bit of money. The trouble is, as well, is if you leave a dungeon, you lose everything you got before you went in. Like, I don't like that system. If you fail now, all of the experience you gained is gone. Don't like that. Let's just...
Be my arm. Be my weapon.
Nope. Okay. Can't go through there. Check the other lever. Uh-oh. Got a holiday tomorrow? Yes, I do, Doc. Gonna do some stuff with the other half, though. It's her birthday on the weekend, so we're gonna be doing stuff. Gonna be doing some bits and bobs. Weather permitting. Right, let's check out over here. See if I forgot the lever, in which I think I might have, which makes me really bad. Did I go all the way here and forget this? Is it even down here? Yes, it is. Oh, goddamn, I'm terrible. How did I forget that? Ta-da! No chance of gear grinding. Yeah, yeah. Okay. What's a dumb system do? No chance of gear grinding. Ah, yes, yes. Yeah, that is a very dumb choice. It's kind of like a mission system, and if you fail the mission, you don't get anything. Yeah, it's weird. I don't know if it's intentional, but it does say all progress will be lost. Basically, it doesn't constantly autosave. And that might be like a practical thing from the developers. Maybe they just couldn't really make a system that could do that and not cause problems. I don't know. But the fact it doesn't like update everything you pick up worries me a little bit. If you crash after picking up the best item in the game, or if your Pop-Tarts are ready, you're screwed. You don't have that item anymore because it didn't save it. That's not good. That's not good. Blah, blah. Go away with your silly voice acting. Okay, onward ho! Oh, so glorious. So glorious! Donk, 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 donk. Oh, do I have to kill all of those? There we go. Pick up some chests. Take the ring. Take one of those. Take the necklace. Sword. All the juicy stuff. Hey, Techlitz, how's it going, bro? That's fine. Back to the base. Yay, and I've got items too. Yes, and I'll leave the area. Right, we're nearly there. Right, and we've got a ring, got some more boots. Oh, damn, nice boots. Quick check and see if we've got any upgrades. Anything good, anything good, anything good. Nope, 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 nope. Aha. That'll do. I'm sorry if that's giving anyone a headache. That's kind of... I don't like to spend too long doing it, so... Ah, okay. Their gifts and divine favors tab in the menu. So, stats, skill, inventory. Not exactly sure. I think that's divine favors. I'm not exactly sure. Yeah, I don't know. Extra bit of block chance. Then we're working towards maximum health. And then this. And then we can work towards that. Not that we'll get there. Okay, we're going to go here. One of these. Trade all the non-rares. And confirm trade. Should level me up. Nope, apparently not. There we go. Beautiful. And go have a chat with Tekris. Blah, 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 blah. Let's see if we can do the boss at level 14. That's gonna be fairly tough. Let's go. What's up, Mike? It's like Vermintide. I don't know if you're referring to this, but I would question that statement. I do like Vermintide, though. I do need to check out, especially when the Beastmen come. Oh boy, I'm looking forward to that. Right, we're nearly there. Nearly there. Yeah, that's right. We'll get that juicy damage bonus. So good. So good. It's not quite... The damage isn't quite as fun as the mage, but the maneuverability kind of makes up for it. Glorious, glorious. Keep moving, keep moving. But I do hope some of the large YouTubers pump out some videos on this as well, but I mean, maybe it's best waiting for the next beta before they do that. And I think this game's going to have the same problem that, like, Battlefleet got, that I think a lot of people are going to view this in a very sort of snapshot. Oh, it's not Diablo 3. No, it's not any good. Don't bother playing it. I took a look at it. It wasn't as pretty as Diablo, so no, bad game. Confirmed. And I really hope that just folk take the time to actually see what it is. And if you don't like it, absolutely fine. Like, you might not like this type of game. That's cool. It's not a perfect game, but I do hope it gets a fair go. I'd be very curious to see what someone like Riker thinks of it as well. Just curious. Hopefully he doesn't do a sponsored video on it, though, because it's so painfully obvious when he's... Well, he says it's sponsored, but he's reading from a sheet. You have no idea what he actually thinks of the game. Just give him a code and say, look, say whatever you damn well please. But his stuff of Martyr was just like, you might as well have just been reading a sheet. And I'm sure he had, like, a teleprompter there. Yeah, Riker with 12 R's. Riker. I really need the Hydra video to include some more R's. Like, I've been thinking about that. Like, hello everyone, you're listening to Hydra. I think that would probably get me up to 500k subs. Like, I might have to make a few good videos, maybe, but I feel like the R's will help. And a hat, of course. Having a hat will be good. Absolutely, Mac. You've got it now. You've got it. And pick up a few bits and bobs. So we're only level 14, which is kind of a little lower than I think I should be for this area. That's fine. Nearly there. Hey, guys.
Be my arm. Be my weapon.
Hey! Oh, God. A little too much stuff to dodge right now. Ah, got me. Ah, got me again. That's it. Come here. Come here. I will stun you. I will stun you. There we go. Ah! Nearly got me. Nearly. Nice try. Oh, I couldn't. I was trying to do my shield charge, and it failed on me. It's a horrible feeling. Okay, all done there. Ah, I found the lair. Back to Teclis to tell him that I found the lair. Teclis, come quick. I found where the Nurgle people are. Thank you. Very interesting, much well. Okay, with a hat with a H on it. That's what I need. Hat with a H on it. This is, yeah, today's video was sponsored by the letter H for hat. It works on so many levels that I don't know how I won't become the next PewDiePie. Okay, not even level 15 yet.
The time to
feels bad, man. Okay, well, we can meet Teclis in a moment. Trade all of those. We'll do a bit of this. Yeah, we'll confirm those. There we go. And we're going, working our way up in the world. Let's go kill something cool. So I don't know if those of you haven't seen the final boss of the chapter yet, but I think this is something to be pretty excited about. We're going to go and mosey on over. But I mean, put it this way: I would have assumed, given the popularity of Battlefleet Gothic Armada, and granted that had a previous game, so it had a lot of expectations surrounding that. But oh no, it's got to be up here, hasn't it? Because that's where I went and then said, oh, I have to turn around because that's their lair. There we go. Hydra's using his head. But I've been pulling like a steady 100 to 150, 200 to 250 when the game was busy for that. And it's surprising to see that there's not as much knowledge or interest or anything like that regarding this game. Like, it does concern me a little bit. Because I would have assumed the hype would have been bigger for an ARPG in Warhammer Fantasy than it would have been for an RTT, you know, or an RTS. I guess maybe it's just because there was already a title for Battlefleet Gothic, and you know that kind of set the scene, and people wanted to see what the second one was because they'd heard of the old one. Yeah, there are only 2 classes in this. Unfortunately, there is not. There is not a Slayer available currently, and there is not the what's the other damn one? A Waywatcher. Looking forward to trying her though. She's the class that I'm most curious about. Basically because we don't know anything about her. But if she's mobile and she's got fun damage, and she's got maybe like a ranged stun, yeah, that'll do me.
Be my arm.
Oh.
Be my weapon.
That's amazing. I found my calling. I have found my calling in life. That is so good. That is so good. And we'll put that on here. Yep, and now we've got 8 points left. So we can do an upgrade of my banner. Is there anything else we can upgrade, actually? Nope. Smack, smack, smack. Right, let's move on. Somewhere here.
Be my arm. Be my weapon.
Oh, that damage. They might need to change the combo for that. Just so you've got like 2 different animations to cycle through, you know? There we go. Who needs to hit stuff with a sword anyway, you know? I've got a sword, but I don't need it. Who even needs a bladed weapon, honestly?
Be my arm. Be my weapon.
There we go. That's some nice damage coming out. I actually think this character has the upper hand over the mage. It's kind of weird to think about it. I have a little bit of an issue with AoE damage. Stop healing. Will you stop healing? You heal one more time and I will end you.
Be my arm. Be my weapon.
There we go. Not having AoE damage is a bad idea. Stuns, however, awesome. I can see this attack animation getting a little frustrating. It seems to have pretty good attack. Seems to have pretty good damage. Right, where are you, Papa Nurgle? Come to me.
Be my arm. Be my weapon.
Oh, glorious. Glorious. Right, let's continue moving. That seems to generate a lot of that resource as well, which is cool. Okay, how are we doing here? What's the question, Mac? Do I enjoy this beta more than I did the Martyr beta? Yes. Yes, I do. This is shorter. Like, I feel like I've enjoyed this more intensely for a shorter period of time, but the Martyr kept me entertained for longer during the beta phases. This gameplay is more fun, hands down, no questions. It's got the things I asked for within Martyr, which was enemy-based abilities and reactionary-based abilities. Things that I needed to dodge, things that I needed to work around. However, I can play this through in an hour and a half, and I've kind of done everything. So I think there are concerns for... Oh my word. This dungeon. And this game does have a random dungeon system as well, which is kind of cool. Not for right now, but there is something in place for endgame at least. And a custom dungeon system as well. Yeah.
Be my arm.
You go around there. Oh, I guess we killed the boss. Ouch. Be nice if he killed his own units. Like, I'm just saying. I'm just saying it would be helpful. Oh, God. Right, you go there. Oh, God.
Be my arm. Be my weapon.
Oh, I need to be stun immune. Yes. Managed to actually just burst it. That's crazy. Okay, let's go wander up this way, because I think this is where the exit will be. Nice. Nice. Okay, so anything we need to change before we go in here? Quick items, items, items. Hopefully it works this time. That would be very sad if it doesn't. Mike, I'm a bit yellow. My character's just a little bit jaundiced for my liking. Okay, now I think this will do. Let's go. So, we're going to do the boss on the very hard setting. Let's see if we die first time.
Father Nurgle,
I'll let you listen to this.
Lord of Plagues, hear me. Long have I worshipped you. Great are the deeds I have done in your name. I have performed your darkest rites. I have sacrificed the flesh of innocents in your name.
Not another word, heretic. It's over. There is nowhere left to run.
Over, you blind fool. Chaos is eternal, and I am its champion.
I bet Atavar Kul thought the same thing, right up to the moment he died.
Another will rise to take Kul's place. The Harbinger has sought out the shattered pieces of his army and found a new champion to seek the favor of the Chaos Gods and assume mastery of the Horde.
Good stuff.
The Harbinger? Is that what she calls herself? Tell me where she is, and I just might spare your life.
Don't spare him.
Look at you, grasping at shadows. The Harbinger is far beyond your reach. And as for my life, it belongs to Nurgle, Lord of Pestilence and Decay. I give it to him freely in return for vengeance. You have been deceived.
Dun dun dun, ladies and gentlemen, I give you the Act 1 boss. Who could it be? Who could it be, I wonder? What is it? It's beautiful. It's so pretty. I haven't actually killed it with this character yet, so this will be fun. Boop. Hey, right. Oh, wow, that hit me.
Be my arm. Be my
Smack,
weapon.
smack, smack. Smack, 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 smack. Oh my god, this is so much more damage than my last playthrough. Oh god, run away. Okay, so he does have a habit of throwing up. And what I'll do is I think I'll just kill Nurgle by accident. Oh no. Okay, so this is the DPS phase. Whoa.
Be my arm.
Smack, smack, smack. Smack, smack, smack. Ah! Charge abilities rock. I'm only going to have one pillar left by the end of this. That worries me a little bit. Kill one Nurgling at a time. I need an AoE attack. Oh dear. Yeah, I think we could just do it this way.
Be my arm. Be my weapon.
Move around there. Yeah, we got this. Yeah, this guy's damage is considerably higher than the mage's. Ah! Oh god, I killed it. I killed the pillar. So I may die here, actually. Oh god.
Be my arm. Be my weapon.
Come on. Oh lols. The Jukes, the Jukes. I've got my Juke boots on. Oh god, oh god. Okay. That was close. That was close. I love multi-phase boss fights.
Be my arm. Be my weapon.
Ah! Right, come on. There we go. Phase 3. I don't have enough damage. I don't have enough damage.
Be my arm. Be my weapon.
Oh god, I forgot about that bit. I'm gonna have a lot of a lot of units left. So I can't kill them fast enough. Ah! Eek! Eek!
my arm. Be my weapon.
Oh, die, you frickin' heretics. Oh, God. Oh, God. Ah. Thank God for that shield charge. Come on, let me at him. Let me at him. Let me at him.
Be my arm. Be my weapon.
Ah! Nearly there. Nearly there. Nearly there. My single target damage is not on point. Yes! All the plague bearers are like, what? What? God damn. Solo the Great Unclean One confirmed. Confirmed. Yeah,
I sensed the greater. What? Where is
Prague.
perhaps not?
That's right, we're off to Prague next, because Papa needs some brand new shoes. And we've got some new items. That's all funky-dory. So we can equip our new spangly pants. Spangly pants. Spangly, spangly. That's pretty much everything. That's pretty much everything. And that is the end of Act 1. So now you can go out of the lair and... Yeah, Teclis didn't really feel like helping. He was just like, you know what, brah? It's fine, you got this. Great Unclean One, you got this. No probs. And that's the end of the beta. So what you can do after this is basically an exploration mode or an expedition mode where you go down to sort of like a random bit of the dungeon and you kill some mobs. There are some more events, so some more elites are spawned and some more loot come out. And Prague is where Slanesh is. Is Prague Slanesh or is Prague the ruined city? I thought Prague was Korn. I think the snowy area, like Kislev, is Slanesh. Snow is Slanesh, ruined city, Korn. Zinch, we don't know yet. But, well, we'll just have to see. Guys, I hope you've enjoyed the video. I'm going to be ending the stream here because I want to just upload this as a nice, neat playthrough of the game. But thus far, I would say I have been pleased with the product. Pleased with it, but we shall have to wait and see what it's like in the end. Right now, it's a bit easy, it's a bit short. Need to see lots more stuff in it. But I have some good vibes. Baron, afraid bad timing, buddy. I've just completed the game in a quick run through, but the video will be up tomorrow, so you'll be able to watch it through. And it's basically a full playthrough, but good stuff. Guys, Prague is Kislev, which is snow. Right, in which case, yes, Prague is definitely Slanesh, being the second area. That's good to know. So we're going to go Nurgle, Slanesh, then I wonder what will be next. I reckon they'll save Zinch till last, because we've not seen Zinch, and I reckon they're working through them chronologically in terms of the campaign. But anyway, I need to go to bed. Guys, you've been wonderful. Thank you for stopping on by. Feel free to like and subscribe. Heck, you probably already liked and subscribed, because I recognise all your damn names. Guys, have a great weekend. See you around.